If you're planning on taking a trip to Tucson, Arizona anytime soon, or if you're considering moving here or purchasing a winter home here, you probably want to know the pros and cons of the city. I've lived here almost my entire life. Plus, I'm a real estate agent here. Hang out with me as we discover Tucson, Arizona together and any good, bad, or ugly that may come with it. Today, I'm putting on my real estate agent cap. And I'm talking about the pros and cons of living in Tucson, Arizona. If you learned something from this video, make sure you give us a big thumbs up on your way out the door, and please subscribe to get more information about finances, family, and living rich in this part of the country and in others. And when you decide to invest in a property in Tucson, Arizona, I want to be your go-to realtor. So make sure you track me down on my Facebook page, Real Estate by Kimberly, or that you visit me at www.realestateByKimberly.com. I'd love to show you around my city. So what does Tucson have to offer its visitors and residents? This city's population is just a hair under 1 million people, and that includes the surrounding areas. Tucson is spread out because when we grow out, not up. So you won't find skyscrapers or anything that will hide beautiful mountain views. We are home to the University of Arizona Wildcats. So we are a college town for sure. But because we have pretty great weather year-round except for the hot summer months, many people choose to retire here or at least purchase a winter home here. And the folks flocking here during the colder months are lovingly referred to as snowbirds. But what are the pros and cons of the city, whether you're visiting, relocating, or planning on hanging out here just during the chillier times of the year? I'm gonna start by discussing the weather, which to me is a pro and a con. See, we don't have natural disasters like earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes, volcanoes, tsunamis, blizzards, or anything like that. The craziest thing we get around here are dust storms and extreme monsoon rainstorms, which are pretty uncommon and last maybe half an hour at most when they happen. And most of the time, our temperature is pretty nice. Here in Tucson, we have 3 different types of temperature: perfect, hot, and in the winter, we get slightly chilly. 8 months out of the year, we are thrilled to be Tucsonans because of our weather. It's really just in the summer months you need to make sure your air conditioner is working, or you make best friends with anyone who owns a swimming pool, or you go on a 3-month Alaskan cruise. But remember, we don't get a lot of humidity here, so our heat is a dry heat. That's how we Tucsonans justify triple-digit temperatures. Guys, another huge pro are the mountains, the sunrises, and the sunsets. Some places have the northern lights, but we have pretty ridiculous skies ourselves. The mountains surrounding Tucson provide great camping and hiking opportunities, and of course add to the beauty. One con for Tucson is that there's not a lot of natural greenery or natural water, although we do have beautiful desert greenery and some man-made lakes and ponds nearby. As a realtor, I've had buyers purchase homes with golf course views just so they can see green grass without having to pay a big water bill to maintain it. A lot of people buy artificial grass for their yards for that same reason. Another pro for the city of Tucson is the list of things to do. We actually have a pretty decent amount of things to do around here, but keep in mind that we aren't a huge city, so we don't have major sports teams or things like that if that's what you're looking for. You have to go to Phoenix for those types of events, which is about a 2-hour drive northwest of Tucson. But as I already mentioned, we have a lot of people retiring here or coming here for the winter. So we do have a lot of community and social activities to do, clubs, religious groups that people can be a part of, golfing, tons of walking paths and trails and hiking, etc. And since we're a college town, we have a really cool downtown scene and a lot of fun restaurants and bars and clubs and things like that. I've already mentioned the beautiful mountains and all of the hiking trails and camping that they provide. We do have a lot of families here, especially since Tucson is home to Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, which is one of the largest employers in Tucson. And we have a lot of military families here, so there's a good amount of stuff to do with kids here too. I'll be going over all of my favorite things to do in Tucson, especially on a budget, in future videos. So make sure you're subscribing to this channel to learn more. But if you're planning on moving here or visiting here with kids, make sure you check out some of our fantastic parks, the zoo, Desert Museum, all the exciting stuff downtown and near the university, just to name a few. The crime rate in Tucson is a con, but for the record, I would say that crime in any city is a con. According to an article updated on July 15th, 2020 on SafeWise.com's website, Tucson ranks as the 32nd safest city in Arizona, and sadly, That's out of the top 32 largest cities in Arizona. According to the article, Tucson has a rate of 7.4 violent crimes out of every 1,000 people, and 49.5 property crimes for every 1,000 people. However, it is worth noting that 3 of Tucson's suburbs, Oro Valley, Arizona, Sahuarita, Arizona, and Marana, Arizona, all ranked in the top 10 safest cities in Arizona in the same study. And Arizona as a state is down in both violent and property crimes this year as compared to previous years, according to the same article. Certain areas of Tucson are certainly safer than others. If you are planning on moving to Tucson, or any city actually, you definitely want to research the crime statistics in the areas to learn about the traditionally safer neighborhoods. One of my favorite websites to view crime rates in cities is neighborhoodscout.com. Of course, anything can happen anywhere, but knowledge about the neighborhood may help you in the deciding factor if it's between two different homes that you like equally. One pro in Tucson is definitely the Mexican food. Tucson is located about 2 hours north of the US-Mexico border, so we have a huge Mexican cultural influence, and that includes the food. Many Tucsonans are first or second generation Americans from Mexico originally, and many Tucsonans speak fluent or at least some Spanish. Okay guys, let's talk about schools. Tucson has some great public schools. We also have great charter schools. We also have great private schools, both religion-based and non-religious based. We also have some, so-so schools. So if you are planning to move here with kids, you really want to do your research and make sure that you're purchasing a home near one of the better schools, because it's kind of hit and miss in certain areas of Tucson. I refer my clients to the website greatschools.org when they are curious about how different schools rank. Folks, 2 definite pros for Tucson, Arizona is that our cost of living is below the national and state average. Although our real estate prices have been on the high rise during the past several years as residents seeking lower taxes and a lower cost of living and more personal freedoms start moving to Arizona to get away from their states. California. I will have plenty of other more in-depth videos regarding cost of living in Tucson and Arizona in the future, so make sure you're subscribing to this channel to get all that great info. One con is that we don't have that many opportunities for really high-paying jobs in the city, although there certainly are some. And there are some earning opportunities where a person shouldn't expect to make a whole lot of money, but will get fantastic benefits. In general, if you're moving to Tucson, the cost of living will be less than the national average and less than the state average, but depending on the field that you're in, there's a pretty good chance that you'll be earning less than you did in other cities and states doing the exact same job. So that's just something you'll have to be aware of when you're relocating. One fantastic pro that I think all Tucsonans kind of take for granted. We have a lot of really amazing doctors and medical facilities here in Tucson, Arizona. There are so many specialists in Tucson who are visited by patients from all over the state, and sometimes even beyond Arizona. I am very thankful to have such good medical care opportunities here. And if we don't have it, we know Phoenix will. And again, that's just a 2-hour drive away. I don't think Tucson has the best public transportation. We have city buses, of course, but they don't run often and they don't go everywhere. So most people get around using their own vehicles. But if you don't have a car and you're planning to move to Tucson, you will want to either live near your work or school and have a bike or be prepared to walk, or you'll want to prepare to carpool with friends or neighbors. Otherwise, try to find a place to stay near the main city bus line. Overall, this is one of my favorite pros. I've visited a lot of different places in a lot of different cities, and I can say that people in Tucson are overall pretty decent folks. Obviously, all people are different and nobody's perfect everywhere you go in the city, but in general, people are fairly pleasant here. And if you come here and tell a Tucsonan that you're in the area or you're visiting and you're looking for something fun to do, or you're looking for a place where you can get amazing Mexican food, or the best places to go for the best sunset views, 9 out of 10 people that you talk to will be willing to help you out and will be able to help you find what you're looking for. You know, most Tucsonans are pretty proud to be from Tucson. We're proud of our University of Arizona Wildcats. We're proud of our golf courses and Sabino Canyon hiking trails. We're proud of our Davis-Monthan Air Force Base and their annual air show. We're proud of our annual Gem and Mineral Show. We're proud of our annual rodeo parade. We're proud of our strong Mexican influence. We're even proud of our dry heat. And I'm proud that you hung out with me today. I hope you learned something and had fun. Comment below with any questions about Tucson or Southern Arizona in general. As a fourth-generation Tucsonan, I will do my best to answer all of them. If you know someone buying or selling real estate in Southern Arizona, please send them my way. All my contact information is in the description below. Make sure you're subscribing to this channel as we discuss more about earning, saving, investing in real estate in Southern Arizona and the rest of the country. And make sure you're subscribing for more videos about Tucson, Arizona and all the wonderful things around this city. Bear down and have a fantastic day, folks.